Please don't judge me by my past if I'm consider you my friend. I can show you how to turn $1 million into 10. I was laying in the grass, I sniped them.
Alright, man, Hansanity, episode, I don't even know what, man, but we here. Episode number 4, bro. We here with my man's VisualsByLuke, man.
Yo.
Nice to have you on this joint, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. We got my man Juan right here. You know, he does videos as well. He does videos for the pod. He does videos for anybody. Music videos. Hit both of these guys up. Truly talented guys, man. So, Luke, man, tell us more about yourself, bro. Who are you? How old are you? Where are you from?
Yeah, my name's Luke. I go by VisualsByLuke. I'm from here. I'm from around, like, literally right in this area, Germantown, Philly. I actually went to middle school in this building, and this is also, we have Makeshift Studios right now. This is like my studio. I own it with a couple folks. We got this is like the home of our production team. So I'm here damn near every day.
So this was school before?
Well, it's a big building, like I'm sure as y'all were trying to park and stuff.
Yeah,
you realize how.
It's a big ass building. We went around the corner, but we eventually found this joint.
It's kind of drawn, but yeah. So I went to school in a different part of it, but I'm from right around here. I'm 23. What was the other question?
How's your upbringing? Like, how'd you get into this videos type of stuff, videography?
Well, it was like I always liked doing videos, like even when I was younger, just playing around with cameras, like on some fun shit, you know. And then really in high school, we had a video production program that I went through and some of my homies went through. And that's really when I started being like, oh, like it went from like, oh, this is a cool thing. I like videos, that's cool, to like actually,
serious, like.
Just like actually doing it a little bit. And it was a fire program. We had our hands on cameras from the first day. So it was like really, it was a really amazing experience. And it was crazy. It was in a public school. Yeah. My man, Mr. Herman, hooked us up with like funding and grants and stuff. So, and then after high school was when I grabbed my own camera and started doing music videos, started doing commercials, stuff like that. And I was doing it like part-time. I had a shitty camera. It's like a $300 little camera, Sony A77. I can't even hate on it because it got me somewhere. So, but after high school when I just started doing it, it just sort of snowballed from there. And then really during COVID, like in the beginning of lockdown, it wasn't shit else to do. You know, I was in the crib and I could do videos full time. Like, you know, you remember everything was canceled.
Yeah, everything was canceled.
So that's when I really started doing videos full time. And it was like, wow, I can make a livable income doing this, and it just snowballed. Like, you know, it just kept going and going. So
yeah, I remember seeing some of your videos. You started blowing up. I was like, damn, what the fuck? It's like 1 week he's with this artist, another week he's with another artist, and it's like you just keep dropping.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. How was it like though? Feeling like, what's that feeling like working with big artists and stuff like that?
I mean, it's always crazy. Like, it's always crazy, especially when it's artists. You know, there's big artists, and that's always amazing. It's always amazing when someone believes in you to bring their vision to life. Yeah. Whether it's a big artist, whether it's an artist that music you fuck with, whether it's anyone that's like, wow, they're gonna pay for me to, you know, work with them. That's fire. But working with big artists, I mean, it's really it's something that I have still have to get used to.
That pressure, like, you know.
I mean, I don't know. It's like you can't fold at a certain point. Like you gotta make it work. And I think I'm good at. I don't always love my videos, but I do think I'm good at like making it work, like making the best.
Find a way to get it done.
Yeah, and so I think that's a important thing at that level. Is just like shit is very hectic on set. It will not go right. Like something's going to go wrong, guaranteed. And just making sure that you can still get the best product, something that's like looks good at the end of the day. Just a video that looks good, delivered to your client. That's really, you know, that's really what it's about.
Yeah, for sure. I want to take it back a little bit. So you said you started like around what was that? Around COVID? Is that when you started really getting into your videos?
Yeah, that's when. Yeah.
That was like 2 years after you finished high school?
Yeah, that was like 3 years after I graduated. So I went to college, and then I was in college, got sent home like during COVID. Yeah. And so I was my junior year of college.
Did you finish?
No, I didn't finish.
You were in video production, something with videos in college, right?
No, actually. I was doing videos in college on my own time, but I was in it for like community organizing, and it was called human development. It's like an educational, working with young adults type major.
Yeah, that's cool. That kind of reminds me of I was watching Cole Bennett's John, and he kind of did the same thing. He was in school for it, but he was like, "Nah, I don't want to do this. I want to do my own type of thing." Is that someone you like? You fuck with his videos?
Yeah,
Cole
I mean,
Bennett?
Cole. Yeah, of course, man.
Everyone does, right?
Not only his videos are phenomenal. Great vision, like a lot of. I can see the passion. I can see the creativity. I can see him continue to evolve, even like new level. Oh shit, it's another keep going. Yeah. But also he's probably one of the first household videographer names. You know what I mean? Like everyone knows who Cole Bennett is.
Underground.
Everyone knows him. So I think he's also the blueprint for a lot of us, just in terms of like building a brand, building a platform, and I don't even think he wanted to be a famous director, but like his idea, Lyrical Lemonade, the idea of like creating a platform for artists while doing crazy videos and then rolling, boom, now they got a festival, now they got lemonade, now they got clothing, like that idea really.
Is Makeshift Philly, is that your version of Lyrical Lemonade? Would you consider that?
I mean, yeah, in a way, also because Cole Bennett did it, I feel like it's done. Someone did it, so it's like we can't carbon copy it, but really
that's cool though, because Philly around here, they don't have many spots like that. They don't have people doing it like that.
Yeah,
Philly definitely needs some, and I feel like you guys are up there with the music videos and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would say exactly what you said. Like, because Philly didn't have anything, that's why we have this studio. Like, I wanted to, I wanted to shoot videos that were better. I wanted to have production environments where we could create videos and have a psych wall and have cool backdrops, and we can do set builds. And Philly didn't have that, especially at an affordable price. So it's like just out of necessity, I would say, we're like, okay, I want this. I would like a studio. Everyone else would like a studio. I'm talking to all my homies that are, do this shit. They're like, yeah, we would love a studio. So it just was like good idea, right place, right time. And it's it's been amazing. Like, I'm glad we can provide that for the city. And I think there will continue to be, like, as Philly doesn't have resources, like there will continue to be Makeshift probably like stepping into different roles. Like, we've thought about doing events, we've thought about doing all types of stuff. And
don't get there. I mean,
right, Tamer.
For the craft that's gonna get you there.
Yeah, for sure. So, was I gonna ask you? So with the Makeshift, you guys travel around. I know you were just in LA, right?
Yep.
Definitely out there for music videos and stuff like that.
Yeah. I love LA.
How was it down there? I know there's a lot of people just like you. They're creative people down there and shit.
Yeah.
Do you feel at home when you out in LA, or?
I mean, I feel at home when I'm in Philly, but I do. I love creating out LA. There's so many resources. I mean, that's where.
Who are some artists from LA that you work with?
Actually, a lot of the artists I work with in LA travel to LA. Like, they're not from there.
Like go down there to vacation.
Yeah, like the time I was out there right now, I was working with D4M Sloan, so he's a Philly artist. Excuse me.
He kind of sounds like. Is he the one that kind of sounds like Juice?
Nah, he has like a really deep voice.
Yeah, I think you just. I was on your page. You just did someone recently. He kind of sounded like Juice WRLD. I was fucking with that video.
Which one was it? What did it look like?
Something Morbius. The song was something called Morbius.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I fucks with that song.
Flacco, that's Flacco.
Yeah.
He actually is out LA, so we worked with him last time we were out there.
Yeah. Who's the artist you just got back from working with?
D4M Sloan.
Oh,
and so he's from Philly.
He's from Philly, I know.
So, but LA, like, the reason, Sloan's from Philly, I'm from Philly, but LA is like the place to create crazy stuff. They have stuff like what we have here, Makeshift Philly, like the studio. They have 100 of those and 100 things that are way crazier, like giant warehouses. Like, it's where they shoot movies. You know what I mean? So it's, at the end of the day, it's just a phenomenal place to create. There's a lot of people looking for acting roles. There's crazy prop stores. Like, it's literally a prop store we go to. Like, off the plane, we went to it. Aisles, anything you would ever imagine, they would have it there.
Wow.
So it's just a place, you know, it's a great place to
In the
create.
future, do you plan on opening another makeshift and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, we right here in this space, we have a 5-year lease. It's been a good space for us. But you know, it's a 5-year lease. The goal, I don't know whether it's going to be right after this space or further down the line, but we do want to own a building because this is a lease. So we would like to own a building. Already, like we filled this space out so quickly. I feel like we always need more room. Like we got mad props sitting around and shit.
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
so I would love to. Yeah, I would love to get a bigger space, and I would love to own it, and then it's ours. We can do more shit with it. Like, for one thing, we have a lot of events here. And this was never supposed to be an event space. Like, like,
Started happening.
people are like, yo, it's big. We need a place to throw events in Philly. There's not a ton of venues. And we're like, okay, like, let's do events. But I would love to get a space, a big warehouse where we could have one floor just for events, one floor just for production, one floor for editing, like, having classes.
That'd be hard.
So that's the dream. That's the dream.
Do you rent out this place for other people that are doing videos and stuff like that?
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
have a place to shoot. They could come here and shoot.
Yeah, so it's a 100-hour whole studio. Yeah, definitely get with us. We got a lot of props, a lot of lighting supplies, a lot of sets. As much as we could fit in here, like we're trying to fit in here. So
Yeah.
And you can use those lights while you work here?
yeah.
Hey,
That's
We got
hard.
some that are included and some that are add-ons. So it's like a peer space. If y'all familiar with that platform, like, you know, just rent it out for the hour and then do your thing, do your production.
Yeah, that's tough, man. So for Makeshift Philly, is that like your friends, or did you reach out to other people in Philly, or are those just like your real friends? Or did you just reach out did you reach out to people that are like top Philly videographers?
Yeah, it's a little bit of, it's kind of random. It's kind of, really, I would kind of put it as like who stayed around, like showed up. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that consistently showed up and like proved their worth. Some people are, not many people are really went out. Was like, yo, because I feel awkward about doing that. Like, yo, come join the team. Like, I feel a little bit awkward about like, but it was people that continue to show up. A lot of people came through the process of making the studio, which is it's two different things. So like, Makeshift Studio is just the studio, like I said, 100-hour. Then the team, we call it Makeshift Productions. Our Instagram is Makeshift World because Makeshift Productions was not available. But I would just say it's a group of really talented people that continue to show up. A lot of people started just coming to my shoots and stuff like that. And then we grew from there, and like, I mean, it's some really talented
How many
people.
you would say work for Makeshift?
In the team, oh man, I think it's like 9, I want to say, but it's not. It's a loose structure.
Shout out to everybody there. No care.
Yeah.
I got this shit popping.
Appreciate it. Yeah. A bunch of amazing individuals. We're actually going on a podcast like with the whole team like a little bit later on this week. It's gonna be fun. But it's about 9, but not everyone's on every project. Because you know, people got their, it's not like people all got their own shit going on basically. So like I still have videos that aren't necessarily part of Makeshift, you know what I mean? Like I just like run and gun, put some money in my pocket. And there's other projects, it's other projects where you just don't need 9 people. The budget might not be big enough to like put, you know, bread in 9 people's pockets. So very rarely is it everyone on every project. But it's like a collective kind of.
So I had a question about your videos that you do release. So I was on your YouTube. You have a few videos. You just have a few videos.
Yeah.
And like the other ones are on the artist page.
Yeah.
So how does that work out? Like, are you not allowed to post them on your page for the views, or like what kind of things does that go by?
Well, you know, I would say a music video is a service at the end of the day. As much as it's like my creation and, you know, something I'm passionate about, and my product, it's a service. So an artist is paying for that service. So, you know, I don't really have a platform. Like I do have my own YouTube, which I don't care about. Like it's really, if an artist asks me to post, then I'll post it on mine. But we are trying to do the Makeshift YouTube, which only has our reel on it. Like, it has no videos yet.
Oh, yeah.
We are trying to do that one a little bit differently and be a little bit more intentional and try to make that one more of a platform. At this point, my YouTube's like, it's whatever. Like,
Yeah.
but the Makeshift one, we're going to try to do more of a platform, release some bigger videos that'll get us some like subscribers, and then also introduce some behind the scenes, some vlogs, a place for like us as a production company, like our work to live.
So, are you the one that made the whole Makeshift? You were the one that came up with the idea?
Nah.
It was a few group of guys?
Yeah, it was a couple people. It's kind of weird. It's like stuff just kind of happens over time. So me and DB Mars over there standing in the corner. Shout out DB Mars.
I seen some of the videos too.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
tap in DB Mars. But we were the main ones that really started the conception of the studio, which came before the team, I would say. And then through the studio, other people came to work like and do videos and network, and I would say it's no like, oh, this is the founder, these are the founders, because it's still new and it's still evolving and we're still trying to find like our workflow as a group.
For sure.
But I would kind of, it's a couple people that's been like really around: DB Mars, ETS Films, Gary, my man Gary, and she don't really work with us that much, but Sydney, like us five really were the first people that were like in a production team chat and like locking in on stuff. But it's a lot more people that like I feel like we're still at ground zero, so it's a lot of people that are.
That's tough though, because not many people do that though, you know what I'm saying? Not many people stick to what they, you know.
Right.
What they're gonna do. So you just gotta be, so you think like you just gotta be more consistent? That's how things are gonna start to build up?
Yeah,
because I feel like you already really taken off, and you saying you only just started.
You be making like 2
Yeah.
videos a day.
No, man, I wish.
Where you get that work ethic from? Like you make so videos. Like, is it you got it from you were a kid, or like you just like, I gotta start grinding?
I don't know, man. I feel like I be taking a long time on some videos too. Like I feel like it looks like I'm being more productive than I am sometimes. But I don't know. I mean, it's something I enjoy, and it's like I said, people, especially if you're working with bigger artists or at any level, like someone's paying you to get something done. So it's like, it's grind time. Like, gotta meet deadlines, gotta get shit done.
What's the average time for a video? Like, how long does it take you to get a video done?
It really depends on the video and the deadline. I would say, like, I be telling people like 3 weeks, and it depends, like, oh, am I just cutting it together, or am I doing a crazy ass effect every half second? So it depends, but generally I say like 3 weeks or so, but sometimes it's a lot longer than that. I try to communicate with artists. I'm not the best, but I try to communicate with artists where I'm like, oh, do you need this? Like, when do you need this? So some artists are like, oh yeah, I'm not dropping for 2 months. So I'm like, all right, cool, push it. I got some other shit on my plate, boom, boom, boom. But yeah, it kind of does depend. And then other videos, I get sent footage that I'm just editing and stuff. They're like, yeah, bro, I need this shit tomorrow. So
What are some of your favorite videos that you shot?
Oh man, favorite videos. Shit. Let me see. Cupid. I mean, Cupid. Yeah, that was like. I mean, that was getting up there.
Who was
like
all
that
there
time.
working on that video? I seen a couple of the.
Yeah, it was a lot of people. That one was really like. That's why I say we're just starting, because that one was like one of the only. Like, we had a budget, and it was Dirk, so it's like it was a little Dirk, so it's like way different. And I'm directing it. Like, I've edited for these bigger artists, but like Lil Durk for sure is the biggest artist I've interacted with on set and directed the video for. So there is that level, as well as like the budget was like a budget, it was. And so I worked with a lot of people. ETS and Gary from Makeshift, they were both there on set with me, and they're helping me like plan out the pre-production and whatnot. We was down in Atlanta with it. And then I worked with a producer, Mariah Love, she was actually introduced to me in that process. And a producer, like the job of a producer is to pull logistics together. So like she was helping me. I was talking to her every day for like hours, damn near, pulling together locations, extras, food, boom, 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 like all of the logistical aspects of the video, which was a lot. And then JB, who's a phenomenal director of photography, he was the DP for that shoot. So and he's amazing. Like I kept on being like, bro, like, thank you for coming on, because he's way more in this shit than I am. Like this is what he does. Like he pulls up with the Ari and fucking shoots for celebrities every day. Like that's so
JB.
Yeah, shout out JB. And then I had a couple homies down in Atlanta that helped out with that. My man Darko, my man ABG Graphics, ABG Neek. And then my man Nate flew in from fucking Cali, and so did Dylan. He came from New York. And they were both helping me like produce it and whatnot. But yeah, it was a great team, and I mean we did the video. So
Video crazy though. I ain't gonna lie.
thank
That
you,
video
appreciate
was
it.
crazy.
That video had a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I appreciate you having you on here, man.
For sure.
You got any last words for anybody that want to be doing the stuff you do?
Bro, tell everybody some motivation. For those people
I'ma try.
and stuff, shit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd be saying that just challenge yourself, like, to do better. Like, you know, don't be stagnant. You know, you gotta go somewhere. Like, even if you feel like you're up there, you feel like shit is consistent. Like, you gotta keep growing. So keep like pushing your own boundaries, like, and reach out for help. Like, you know, people are trying to work and lock in and build and grow. So like, my team is taking me places and going to take me places I couldn't take by myself. So, you know, don't be afraid to take those steps and build a team and continue to grow. So yeah, that's all I'd say.
For sure, man.
Everybody asking me about videos too, bro. Luke is the guy, yo.
Tap in. Yeah, how much for a video, Luke?
Huh?
How much for a video?
Oh man, it ranges. I'm trying to work with budgets though. I'm trying to like, how much are you trying to spend, and then put some shit together.
Good,
hopefully.
But yeah, thanks for
Yeah, man.
being
Thank
on
you
there.
for having me. Real shit.
Bro.